Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here today. My name is Nico Horning, and I'm deeply honored to stand here representing the 35 Remembrance Scholars in front of me today. It's been a privilege for all of us to live out the motto, look back and act forward. To me, that phrase means to honor the past, those who came before us, and their contributions to our community. Representing a beloved Orange student means paying tribute to their legacy by doing our part to make Syracuse University a better place. Being a Remembrance Scholar has crystallized the life experiences, insights, and lessons I've gained throughout my time here. I was inspired to become a Remembrance Scholar after meeting the niece of Alexia Tesseris, one of the Syracuse students we lost on Pan Am Flight 103. Alexia, a photojournalism major at Newhouse, was sitting in seat 21G. Listening to her niece, also named Alexia, who was my classmate and graduated from SU last year, brought the tragedy to life for me. Her family story was no longer history in a book, but a tragedy suffered by someone I knew at a place I have come to love. People who take abstract issues and make them real for our community. For Alexia, that meant capturing human emotion and interaction through her photography with determination and passion. And sometimes that comes through loss. That conversation with the younger Alexia was not only the driving force behind me becoming a Remembrance Scholar, it also reconnected me with my own experiences of remembrance and hardships I've faced in my life. When I was a toddler, I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor, a rare kidney cancer. A cantaloupe-sized tumor was found in my stomach. I had one kidney removed, and that scar remains a daily reminder of overcoming adversity. Though I don't remember much of the treatment, because I was so young, my grandparents who are here today often say it shaped my compassion, teaching me early on the importance of empathy and supporting others in difficult times. Fast forward to my first semester here at Syracuse University, I lost my best friend Bryce to cancer. Losing him was devastating. It felt like campus was moving a million miles an hour, everyone doing great things, while I was left with a gap in my life and a hole in my heart. Through grief, I challenged myself to honor Bryce and give back to my community. Spreading his story far and wide, I told everyone I could why he was a dear friend to me while doing everything I could to make him proud. I've mentored Bryce's younger sister like she was my own. I became involved with the Bryce Baser Foundation, which supports pediatric cancer research. Each year I help plan and MC a community wiffle ball tournament because Bryce loved baseball. I also assist with an annual toy drive for pediatric cancer patients in Sacramento hospitals. Bryce would be so proud of the work that his family has done to prevent others from going through what he did, because he always put others before himself. These experiences are why I wanted to stand here today, not only to share my story, but to highlight the work my fellow scholars and I have been doing together. Here at Syracuse, I serve as a mentor to younger students, sharing technical skills I've learned in broadcasting, but also the values of kindness, respect, and paying it forward. I often tell them that being a good person is as important as being good at what you do. And that's the spirit the 35 scholars have carried here into Remembrance Week. Since the summer, each of us has helped plan and facilitate campus events over the last few weeks. We've also worked in action groups to bring new ideas to fruition and keep the memories of those who perished alive. My group is creating a podcast that explores the culture of Lockerbie, Scotland, and how remembrance continues there. Another group is developing a lesson plan for high school students to learn more about Pan Am 103, and to continue to teach a new generation about what happened in the past and how that affects us going forward. I bet few K-12 students ever stop to wonder why they have to go through TSA at airports. What can feel like an inconvenience is actually the hard work of Pan Am 103 families who lobbied to make air travel safer. As many of you in the audience remember, I certainly don't, it used to be a free-for-all to walk to an airline gate. Now I can assure you The kids we teach about this history are happy about not having to take their shoes off anymore, but hopefully this lesson plan can give them a reason to think a little more about it. We have other scholars who are visiting a senior living center. They're learning from senior residents about empathy and how they've lived through numerous events in their lifetime. It's a chance for our scholars to hear from others about loss and how to move forward. Another set of scholars is engaging community members in making paper cranes and creating an art installation to remember those lost and inspire reflection. In the spring, students will bring together professors and experts to be on a panel discussion about political violence. They will discuss why civil unrest in America is rising and act forward on ways to improve the political climate. While not everyone has a personal connection to the tragedy of Pan Am 103, each of us has gone through some type of challenge or hardship at some point in our lives. I hope all of us will encourage others to reflect on their own experiences and connect those emotions to the larger history of loss and remembrance. Even if we all haven't lived through the same hardship or tragedy, our emotions connect us together. No matter where life or your career leads, always find ways to give back to your community and remember where you came from. One of the most important lessons I've learned in storytelling, whether through broadcasting or everyday life, is ultimately about service. As powerful as a broadcaster's voice can make a moment, it's never about drawing attention to themselves. It's about serving the audience, giving voices to their experiences, and keeping their stories alive. My time as a Syracuse student has challenged me to think more deeply, to listen with purpose, and to honor the stories I tell by sharing them with care and authenticity. That's also how I see my role as a Remembrance Scholar, serving others, elevating their stories, and treating others the way I want to be treated, not just this year, but forever. The big takeaway for me, and I hope you carry with you, is community isn't just something you're part of, it's something you're actively building. Remembrance isn't only about loss, it's about action. Tonight, I urge you to take that extra moment to stop in the hallway, have a conversation with someone, because you never know what they might be going through. The smallest interaction, whether that's a simple hello or how are you, can go a really, really long way. It might just be what they needed at that very moment. Show up for someone when it matters most. Find ways to honor them. When you do that, you're honoring the past and acting forward. I want to remind my fellow students that the same idea applies in the classroom. Take what you learn, the skills, the lessons, the experiences, and bring them into your community. The fact that we get to learn, we get to grow our craft, we get to be a Remembrance Scholar or even part of the Syracuse community is really special. We don't have to do any of these things, we get to. We are lucky to be alive. With that gift and opportunity, we get to look back and act forward. Thank you so much, and thank you for showing up today.